Hello. Today we are discussing about relations and function part 2. In this relation and function part, we'll have to discuss a very important topic, function. What is it? Function. So first we'll have to define function. A relation f from set A to set B is said to be a function if each element of set A is uniquely if each element of set A has unique image in set B. Okay, statement understood? A relation f is said to be a function from A to B if every element of A has a unique image in set B. Okay, unique image, what does it mean? Every element of A has one and only one image in set B. Then this type of relation is called function. Okay, suppose this is the function f of x is equal to, if I write here x plus 1, f of x is equal to x plus 1, and suppose in a domain, this is domain, it is codomain, it is 1, 2, 3, 4 I have taken, and this is 1 plus 1, 2, 2 having 3, 3 is image 4, 4 image is 5. So what does it mean? Every element from domain set has unique image in the codomain set. Then this relation is called function. Okay. So in the function, it may be possible that one or more element having single image, but it is not possible that one element having more than one images like this. This condition will never possible. This condition will never possible. This is possible. Okay. 2 or 3 elements having a single image, it's a possible. So this is the function. Okay. It's very, very important topic. It would be used in class 12th also. So you will remember its a definition that any relation from set A to set B is a function if each and every element of set A has unique image in set B, or every element of set A has one and only one image in set B. Then the relation is called function. Okay, it's clear? So f of x is equal to x plus x. One example I have given you. You can see that these are the elements from the domain, these are the elements from the codomain. Okay, and they are mapped like that. 1 mapped with 2, because in place of x we can put here 1, so 1 plus 1, 2. So that means 1 has an image of 2 and 2 is having a pre-image of 1. So this is an image of this element and this is pre-image of that element. It's okay. So this is defined function. After that, we'll have to understand that how many types of function. We'll discuss the types of function. Many types of functions we have. Okay, in short, let us discuss. But some of the functions which are very, very important. So I'll explain you properly those functions. By the way, some of the functions by the name you can understand. Okay. Types of functions. Types of functions. Number one, I am taking number one, say identity function. Identity function. What is the meaning of it? F of x is equal to x. Identity function. That means the element from the domain and element from the range, they are same. F of x is equal to x, 1 related to 1, 2 related to 2, 3 related to 3. Okay. Identity understood? If I want to make a graph of it, just let me explain you. F of x is equal to x. If you want to represent this on the graph paper, how to represent it? F of x is equal to x. F of x, that means it is y is equal to x. Okay. And you can represent all the functions like that only. This is the procedure. One is x and second is f of x. Okay. Or y. Same thing. Suppose I'll put x is equal to 1, f of x is 1. X is equal to 0, f of x is equal to 0. X is equal to minus 1, f of x minus 1. So you see 0, 0, 1, 1, minus 1, minus 1. And you can see that this is the graph of identity function. It will go like that from the center, okay, making a 45 degree to that side, go up to infinite, and back side also it is infinite. This is an example of identity function. I hope it's clear for everyone. Okay. So now using this table, and we can draw the graph of each and every function. Okay. So that is one identity function. Number 2, constant function. Constant function. Constant function, what does it mean? F of x is equal to c or k, anything. It's a constant function. So it will be a line which is parallel to x-axis. F of x is equal to 4. So the value of y, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, the value of x is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But the value of y remains constant. Okay. So that means this is the function parallel to x-axis. Number 3, polynomial function by the name polynomial function, like f of x is equal to 2x square plus 3x plus 4. It's a type of polynomial function. Again, you can make it. How to make the function? In place of x, you can put the value here, get the value of y on a table, and you joining these points, you will get a function. Okay, it's called a polynomial function. After that, rational function. Rational function. What is the meaning of rational function? F of x is equal to 2 upon 3x. 2 upon 3x. It's a rational function. That means any function is in a form of rational, where p upon q, p and q are integers and q is not equal to 0. Same as the rational function like that. You can put the value and you can draw the graph. Other more functions are there, like logarithmic function, exponential function. Okay, many functions are there, but here mainly we have to discuss 3 functions. Okay, one is modulus function, second is signum function, and third one is greatest integer function. Next one is 5th, modulus function. Modulus function. Okay. These 3 functions are very important. You have to understand these functions. Modulus function. F of x is equal to mod x. Okay. Generally, we understand that the value of x is equal to, if the value, modulus value is considered as a positive value always. But in the modulus function, whenever the terms are given in the form of variable, okay, then there is a properly defined, we can write here, f of x is equal to x if x is greater or equal to 0. That means f of x is equal to x if the value of x is greater or equal to 0. 0 and all positive terms having plus x, and minus x if x is less than 0. I hope you have understood it. No? Define modulus function. F of x is equal to mod x when f of x is equal to x if x is greater or equal to 0, and f of x is equal to minus x if x is less than 0. Okay, let us discuss with the help of graph. F of x is equal to, first I am taking x, but some restrictions here. What are the restrictions? we can put the value here, we can put the value only those values they are equal or greater than 0. Okay, so I can put here 0, f of x is 0. When I put here 0, f of x is equal to 0. When I put here 2, f of x is equal to 2. 4, f of x is equal to 4. Okay, we cannot put because the condition is x is greater or equal to 0. Second table, f of x is equal to minus x. I am making a table. X, it is f of x. Okay, here the condition is x is less than 0. So we are selecting the values which are less than 0 in x. Okay, in terms of x. So I can take here minus 1. If x is minus 1, in place of x, I will take here minus 1. So minus multiplied by minus, it is plus 1. So f of x is equal to plus 1. Minus 2. Minus minus 2, it is plus 2. Okay. And when we combine both the table, make a graph or write a function on it, then how to make a function? See, here I am making a function. X, it is y, 0, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, minus 1, minus 2, like that. Okay. 0, comma 0. This is the point. 2, comma 2. 2 and 2 is the point. Okay. 4, comma 4. Here is a point. So you can join it from this point to origin. Like that. Now let us see the second table. Minus 1, comma 2. X minus 1, y2. Sorry, minus 1, y1. X minus 1, y1. X minus 2. X minus 2, it is minus 1, minus 2. X minus 2 and y is 2. We can join it. Okay. So what is it? This is the graph of modulus function. So remember it and remember forever, this is the definition. F of x is equal to mod x. F of x is equal to x if x is greater or equal to 0, and f of x is equal to mod minus x if x is less than 0. Okay. What is it? It is modulus function. After modulus function, we are discussing second important function, that is signum function. What is it? Signum function. Signum. Signum function. Signum function f of x is equal to we will get three values in codomain: minus 1, 0 and 1. Okay. 0 if x is equal to 0, 1 if x is greater than 0, and minus 1 if x is less than 0. This is called signum function. Okay. What is signum function? F of x is equal to minus 1 if x is less than 0, f of x is equal to 0 if x is equal to 0, and plus 1 if x is greater than 0. Okay. So what does it mean? The meaning is, through the diagram I can explain you. Signum function is, and actually function is a real valued function. That means whatever the numbers which we are taking to the domain or codomain, all the numbers will be in the form of real numbers. Okay. So these are the functions. They are defined in the real valued functions. Okay. That means they are defining in a real numbers only, not other numbers. Not other, that means you are surprised that what are the other numbers? Real number is the biggest set. But no, in the next chapter, I think there's a next chapter, there's a complex number, which is treated as a biggest set, and that is the more bigger than the real number set. So for the complex number, functions are not defined. Functions are defined only for real numbers. Okay. So here let us discuss f of x. X can be taken any. So this I have taken the set of real number 0, 1, 2, 3, -1, -2, -3, and up to many numbers are there. On the domain only there are three numbers, 0, -1 and -2. Sorry, 0, +1 and -1. Okay. F of x is equal to 0 if x is equal to 0. So one condition is clear. This is right. Now let us see. F of x is equal to 1 if x is greater than 0. X is greater than 0. X is greater than 0. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Many numbers are there. And their value is f of x is equal to 1. So that means 1 related to 1, 2 related to 1, 3 related to 1. And other positive numbers are related to 1 only. That means for all those elements, the image is 1. And -1 if x is less than 0. -1, -2, -3, their image is -1. Is it okay? Right? So this is set from real to real. Set from real to real. Here we can write here the domain is set of all real number. And the codomain is set of real number, but the range is 0, -1, +1. Not from -1 to +1. Only three elements in a range, 0, -1, +1. Okay. So what is it? This is second order function. F of x is equal to +1 if x is greater than 0, -1 x is less than 0, and 0 if x is equal to 0. Okay. So that is second important function, second order function. After that, greatest integer function. Next one is greatest integer function. Greatest integer function. What is greatest integer function? F of x is equal to greatest integer function. This is the representation of greatest integer function, square bracket. Okay, but here we have to use this term as a greatest integer function. Now let us understand what is the meaning of it. In this greatest integer function, if any value comes, then what is the answer of it? Suppose a greatest integer function, I will write the value 1. Okay, and I will write the value 1. That what does it mean? The meaning is, or if I will write here x, f of x, okay, and if this is equal to 1, if this is equal to 1, what does it mean? +1 is coming. So in this value, the value of x which lies between 1 to 1 is less or equal to x is less or equal to or strictly less than 2. Strictly less than 2. I'll tell you what is the meaning of it. If I will write here is equal to 0, that means 0 is less or equal to x. 0, 1, 2, 3, to the left the number. Okay, just a minute. Let me explain you that I am writing here. This is the number line. What is it? It is number line. Number line will go plus sign plus infinite. It is minus infinite. So what is the meaning of greatest integer function? Left side on the number line, the integer which is coming just on the left hand side is the value of that integer. For example, suppose from 0 to 1, we are talking about the real numbers. So from 0 to 1, how many real numbers are there? There are infinite real numbers. Here is a 0.5, 0.6, 0.7. So suppose 0.7 if I will write here. So its value is 0.7 is written in the greatest integer function. Then its value is a number which is coming on the left hand side to the number line, first integer. So to the left hand side 0.7 is here, its location is here, and on the left hand side which integer is coming? 1. So its value is 1. Okay, so that is the meaning. So x is equal to, if the result is x is equal to 0, okay, so 0 comes, what does it mean? That means the 1 is coming. Now this 1 can come from here. If I will write here 1.1, 1.1, then again the left hand side integer is 1. So its value is also 1. Okay. So when x is equal to 1 is coming, x is equal to 1 is coming. So the value of x which lies between 1 to less than 2, which I have written here, see. If greatest integer function x is equal to 1, that means the value of x is 1 included and 2 is not included, less than 2. Starting from 1 to less than 2, whatever the numbers are coming, their value is 1 only. Okay. So have you understood the meaning? The meaning is whatever the numbers are coming in the greatest integer function, on the number line, just left hand integer is the answer of it. Simple. On the left hand side of the number line. Okay. So this I wanted to write here, x is equal to 0. So this 0 will be the answer of how many numbers? Minus 1, 0 is less or equal to x, because minus 1 is greater, so I can write here 0 less than minus 1. Is that okay? 0, from 0 to minus 1. From 0 to minus 1, its value is coming minus 1. Okay? Because we are talking about the left hand side of the integer. So from 0 up to here, whatever the value of it, it's a minus 1. Okay? Now when we are talking about 0, so we write here x is equal to 0, and what is the value of 0 is coming from here, 0 to 0, 0.1. So 0 is less or equal to x is less than 1. Okay? Is that clear? And now you don't understand anything. Now with the help of example, I would like to tell you, then you will understand properly. Suppose f of x is equal to, it is given that 3.5. Simple. What is given? 3.5. Okay. On the number line, what is the number which is coming on the left hand side? And what is the integer? Not number. What is the integer which is coming on the left hand side of 3.5? Integer is 3, which comes on the left hand side. 3.5 is here, 3 is coming on the left hand side. So its value is 3. F of x is equal to 1.9999. Integer, first integer which is coming to the left of this number on the number line, that is 1. Result is 1. Okay. F of x is equal to 1.2 with minus sign. 1.2 with minus sign. Integer which comes on the left hand side of it. Minus 1.2 is coming here. So its left hand first integer is minus 2. Therefore its value is minus 2. Okay. So you will understand through the number line only. Whatever the number which is given on the greatest integer function, on the number line, first integer to the left of that number will be the answer of it. You will remember like that. Is that clear? So that's why this x is equal to 1, this term, this. That is the picture. I hope you have understood it, all of you. For example, f of x is equal to, it is given that minus 2 upon 5. What is it? F of x is equal to minus 0.4. 5 4 are 20, minus 0.4. Minus 0.4 is here. Minus 0.4 is here. The integer which is coming to the left of it, minus 1. So its value is minus 1. Okay. So on the number line, we have to see the first left hand side integer of that number. This will be the answer. So that is called greatest integer function. Okay. One is also, that is called smallest integer function, just opposite to the right of the number. But this I am not explaining, otherwise you will confuse. You will remember only greatest integer function. Okay. So these are all types of functions. All types of functions. Others you can understand by the name, like identity function, f of x is equal to x, constant function, f of x is equal to c, polynomial function, f of x is equal to in the polynomial form, rational function in the rational form, logarithmic function, f of x is equal to log x, exponential function, f of x is equal to e to the power x, and after that modulus function. What is modulus function? F of x is equal to x if x is greater or equal to 0, and f of x is equal to minus x if x is less than 0. Second one is a signum function. F of x is equal to plus 1 if x is greater than 0, 0 if x equal to 0, minus 1 if x is less than 0. And one is a greatest integer function. F of x is equal to x. Their values in the form of integers, but that you will remember like that. The number which is coming to the left hand side on the number line, that integer is the value of the greatest integer function. Okay. So these are all types of functions. You will remember these functions. After that we are coming algebra of functions, because functions, this is a different type of mathematics. So it's algebra. Let us see that the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, algebra of functions. Algebra of function. First let us take addition. Addition of two functions. Like one function is f of x and second function is g of x. Okay. There are two functions. So what is their addition? Their addition is the same as, like we can write here, f of x plus g of x is equal to f plus g of x. Okay. With numerical example, you can understand it. F of x is equal to, suppose, 2x, and g of x is equal to 3x plus 5. Okay. There are two functions, and both the functions from set A to set B. They are defined in the same one. There's a common same set. Okay, from set A to set B. So their addition. How to add them? F of x plus f of x gx. F of x plus g of x is equal to, direct addition is required, 2x plus 3x plus 5. So it is 5x plus 5. Result. Okay. So addition property is there. Second, subtraction. Subtraction. Same as f of x minus g of x is equal to f minus g of x. Same thing. If I'll write here f of x minus g of x, I'll write 2x minus 3x plus 5. 2x minus 3x minus x minus 5. Okay. Third one is multiplication. Multiplication. F of x into g of x is equal to f into g of x. So multiplication is also possible, like f of x multiplied by g of x. Simply you will multiply two functions, 2 of x multiplied by 3x plus 5. Okay. So this is a multiplication. 2 3 is 6x square plus 5 2 is 10x. Okay. And fourth one is division. F of x upon g of x can be written f upon g of x. Okay. Same thing here, you can divide it. F of x upon g of x is equal to 2x upon 3x plus 5. So this is the algebra of addition, division, subtraction and multiplication. Now you can understand. I think you are thinking that why I am doing all these things. By the way, that everything you have studied in the algebra. But because it's a different topic, so here we have to verify first that, okay, these all things are possible here, only then we can continue, right? So addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. One more thing is a scalar quantity is there. Okay, if any scalar quantity is there, like f of kx, then we can write here k into f of x. So scalar quantity is coming in the front. Okay, so these are the algebra of functions. Two or more functions. Okay. A very important point, especially in this chapter, that is, a function is given and in the question they are asking that find the domain and range. Okay. I think the entire chapter based on that, find the domain and range. So we are coming on it. I'm taking some questions from exercise. Okay. Now I want to take some questions from exercise. Exercise 2 point. Exercise 2.3. Exercise 2.3. Okay. Are taking some questions. In the first question is also important for us because in that we will understand that which one is a relation only and which is a function. Which of the following relations are function? Give reason. If it is a function, determine its domain and range. Okay. So two examples I am taking. Exercise 2.3, question number 1, first part. Sets are given here. 2, 1. Second, 5, 1, 8, 1, 1, 1. 5, 1, 8, 1, 1, 1. 5, 1, 8, 1, 1, 14, 1, 17, 1. 14, 1, 17, 1. One question is. Second question I am taking from it. Third part. That is 1, 3, 1, 5 and 2, 5. Now let us check from the first and third that which relation is a function and why, and we are going to find its domain and range also. Let us discuss about the first one. And by diagrammatically I would like to explain. First set, second, 2, 5, 8, 1, 14, 17. 2, 5, 8, 1, 14, 17. First element from domain. Okay. Second element, 1, all are 1. So that means, what is it? Is it a function? Yes or no? This relation is a function. Yes, this relation is a function because in this relation, each and every element from domain set has a unique image. Because 2 is having a image 1, 5 is having a image 1, 8 image 1. Okay. So they are having image. What does it mean? Every element from the domain set has one and only one image. Every element you can see that they are having a single image. Okay. Right. So that means it is, yes, it is a function. Yes, it is a function. What are the domain and codomain? Domain in front of you 2, 5, 8, 1, 14, 17 and codomain there's a 1. They are asking that find its domain and its range. So range is 1. Okay, 1 is clear. Now look at the third one. Third one, 1, 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 5. 3 and 5. Because you know that in a set we don't repeat any element. 1 related to 3, 1 related to 5, 2 related to 5. Is it this relation is a function? Yes or no? This is not a function because one element from the domain set has two images in the codomain, which is not possible in the function. Every element from the domain set has one and only one image. Or here how many images are there? There are two images. Okay, one element having two images. So no, it is not a function. What is the reason? Because one has two images, 3 and 5. Okay. Yes, it is a function because each element from domain has one and only one image. Okay, one and only one image. So these are the reasons. And the set of domain, by the way, it's a domain 1, 2 and range is 3 and 5 in a relation. It's not a function. Okay. So this is the question number 1. That's why you have identified properly that which one is a function and which is not a function. Okay. Which is only relation. Relations are everything. In the relation, there is no boundary at all. One element or all elements from domain set having one or two or many images from codomain. That is a relation. Okay, but in a function, it has one and only one image only. Now, taking question number 2, it's a very interesting question. Find the domain and range of the following function. Find the domain and range of the following function. Okay. Number one is given f of x is equal to minus mod x, and number 2 f of x is equal to under root 9 minus x square. Okay. F of x is equal to minus mod x. We will understand first the meaning of domain and range. Whenever the function is given f of x is equal to whatever the function is given f of x, you always remember one thing, that one is x is input in a factory and f of x is an output. Okay, things which we can put into the factory, and f of x, that means what is the product of the factory, input output, and this is called the function. Okay, so functioning for everything, you can use this as for any machine or anything else. Sometimes generally we use the term as this machine is not functioning properly. What does it mean? It is not working. That means whatever it's a defined output that we are not getting from it. Input is, it's okay, and the value of x is okay, but whatever f of x is coming out from it, it is not proper. Okay, so that's why in general term we will use the term as a functioning. Same as here, the functioning, that means you remember that x is input, we can put. Okay, and here whenever we are talking about the function in the real valued function, we can put the values. Okay, whatever the values or whatever the numbers which you can use in place of x, they are defined. The values of x, that means these are the elements of domain, and whatever the output is coming is called range, right? F of x is equal to minus mod x. Discussing about the real numbers. So in place of x, you can put any real number. Now we discuss one thing, that input. Do we have any problem in putting any value in place of x here? We can put any positive value, any negative value, 0, rational, irrational, anything you can put it. Because there's no obligation that you cannot put in place of anything. You can put anything. Is it okay? Right? So what to write here? Domain. What is a domain? Set of real numbers. Set of real numbers. Because the value of x can be put anything. Okay. Value of x can be anything. Anything from R, set of real number. It's okay. So what does it mean? The domain is set of real number. Okay. Next one is range. Range. And what is the meaning of range? Range means output. You can put anything, but range is a fixed, which comes with this relation. Okay. And what is the relation which says it is mod x? You know that, you forget this minus sign now. What is the value of mod x? That means we are getting whatever you are putting here, positive values or negative value, always you are getting here positive value if this is defined under the mod x. Is it okay? So all the values are coming positive sense, But because this minus sign is here, so these positive value will become negative. So finally, output, that means finally the final product will be in form of negative only. Do we have any positive value in it? No, because you see, we are getting all positive value, but when we multiply with the minus, minus multiplied by plus, always it is minus. Okay, so range is, what is the range in it? We'll write here, since mod x is greater or equal to 0. We know that mod x is greater or equal to 0 for every x belongs to R, for every x belongs to R. Okay. Therefore, minus mod x is less than 0. Therefore, minus mod x is less than 0. Because mod x is greater or equal to 0. When we put the minus sign, what does it mean? The result is less than 0. Now let us discuss one more point. Suppose I'll put here 0. So 0, that means 0 minus 0 doesn't have any sign. So I will put here less or equal to 0. Okay. 0 is also included in it. So that means the range is, in the interval, if I want to write the range, then what should I write here? So less or equal to 0. That means minus infinite to 0. And 0 is coming here in closed interval because 0 is included, and minus infinite will always written in the open interval. Okay, because it is not a defined term. So what is the range of it? Minus infinite to 0. No positive value you can get it. Okay, clear? With the help of an example, I just would like to tell you. Suppose this is the function f of x is equal to minus mod x. Suppose one value 0, 1 minus 1 and 1 is plus 1. I want to take here 0. When I put here 0, so result is 0. No problem. If I put here minus 1, so minus 1 inside it becomes plus 1 and it is minus 1. So its image is minus 1 to minus 1. Now I'll take here plus 1. Plus 1 multiplied by minus sign, minus 1. So its image is also minus 1. So you will get here that range is in the form of 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. You are not getting any positive number in it. Okay. So these are the domain and range of this question. Now coming to the second one. Here we are finding the domain. Again, remember the same thing which I told you. In place of x, how many numbers we can put? What are the limitations in that? Yes. Here there are limitations. Which type of limitations? Because as I told you, that function is defined in the real numbers only. It is not in an imaginary number. And real numbers are, root numbers are real number, like root 2 you can write here, root 3 you write here, but under root 2 minus 2, it is not a real number. Okay. So what does it mean? Here one obligation we have, restriction. What is the restriction? That you can put the value of x in such a way that whatever the number is coming, this number should be 0 or greater than 0. It will never be less than 0. Okay. How to decide it now? We will decide like it. Since 9 minus x square is greater or equal to 0. Agreed? Because less than 0, what does it mean? Under root negative, and which is not defined in set of real number. For every x belongs to R, set of real. 9 minus x square is greater or equal to 0. Okay. That means 9 is greater or equal to x square. And if 9 is greater or equal to x square, that means plus minus under root 3 is coming here, and this is x. So that is the meaning. When this situation comes, that means minus 3 is less or equal to x is less or equal to plus 3. This is the meaning of it. I will explain you. I'll explain you. From minus 3 to 3, you can put any value. Less than minus 3, more than plus 3. If you are putting, then you are getting any term which is negative in the root. Let me check. First of all, we are checking between minus 3 to plus 3. Minus 3 to plus 3, suppose I would like to put here 0. 9 minus 0, it is 9. Suppose x is equal to 0. So f of 0 is equal to under root 9 minus 0, it is 9, that means 3. Possible. I put x is equal to 1. F of 1, 9 minus square of 1, 1, under root add 8 to root 2 can be right. F of 2, 9 minus 2 to the 4 under root 5, this is also positive, is a real number. Now I'll put f of 3, 9 minus 9, it is 0, 0 is also possible. If I will put f of 4, 9 minus 16, that means it is minus 7. And minus 7 is not a real number. Okay. So you cannot put in place of x is equal to 4. So more than 3 you cannot put here. Now I'll go to the back side. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Because whole square is there, so no effect of the minus. Minus 2 square 4. Minus 3 square 9. Minus 4 square if you want to put here. So 9 minus 16. Minus 7 is coming. Okay. So what does it mean? The limitations of that. So the domain of this function is minus 3 to plus 3. Okay. So that means the domain is minus 3 to plus 3 in closed interval, because minus 3 and plus 3 also included. That is domain. Okay. So here one limitation, that you cannot put the value which is more than 3 and which is less than minus 3 in this function. So its domain is minus 3 to plus 3. Okay. Now we are coming to find the range of it. Range of f of x is equal to under root 9 minus x square. What is the range of it? Again same thing. Input, domain, output. How many possible results you can obtain from it? Possible results can be obtained because one thing is clear, that you can put the value from minus 3 to plus 3. These are the restrictions. Minus 3 to plus 3 you can put. Now let us see how many results are you getting. Are you getting minus 3 to plus 3, yes or no? Or you are getting only positive number? Okay. So for finding the range from minus 3 to plus 3, okay, let's an example. If I would like to put here, by the way, here we have discussed, but once again, I would like to put here x is equal to 1. So f of x is equal to 9 minus 1, it is under root 8 or 2 root 2, positive term. X is equal to 2 when you put 9 minus 4 under root 5, positive term. X is equal to 3, f of x, 9 minus 9, that is 0, positive term. X is equal to 4, you are unable to put. Now I would like to put x is equal to minus 1. 9 minus 1 square, that is 1. Again 8, 2 root 2. Put x is equal to minus 2. 9 minus 4, it is 5. Okay, and x is equal to minus 3. 9 minus 9, that is 0. And you can analyze one thing, that see all the numbers. These are the numbers having a positive sign. You are not getting any negative sign. And the maximum value you are getting when you put x is equal to 0. If you put x is equal to 0 somewhere, I have not put x is equal to 0. If you put x is equal to 0, 9 minus 0, it is 9, under root 9, that means it is 3. So the maximum value you are getting 3 and minimum value is 0. Minimum value 0, maximum value 3, and one more, you can analyze one thing, that all the terms which are coming in it, all are positive. You are not seeing even a single minus sign in it. So what does it mean? The domain is from minus 1 to plus 1, but the range of this function is 0 to 3. What is the range? Range is 0 to 3. Range 0 to 3. 0 and 3 included. It's okay. The second way of it, for finding the range, f of x, y is equal to, second way also, just I would like to explain you. Second way, f of x is equal to this. So it is coming y is equal to under root 9 minus x square. So y square is equal to 9 minus x square. We want to separate here x, then what is coming? X square is equal to 9 minus y square. X is equal to under root 9 minus y square. Okay. Now let us see here. Here how many values you can put? You can put the value here starting from 0 to 3. Okay. starting from 0 to 3 you can put here. You are unable to put here any negative value because the domain is given here -3 to +3. So x is equal to 9 minus y square is coming here. Y is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. You are able to put here, okay, and getting the value of x. So what does it mean? The meaning is, here we can understand like that 9 minus x square is equal to y square, and this value is greater than 0. Okay. So here the range is 0 to 3. In the range we cannot put any value which is less than. Okay. And now you can understand diagrammatically. This is the function f of x is equal to under root 9 minus x square. Okay. Value -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Not only these, many values coming between -3 to +3. Okay. But whenever you will put the value here -3, so 3 3 is 9, 0. -2, when you put here 4, 9 under root 5. -1 under root 8. For 0, when you put here 0, 3, 1 under root 8, 2 under root 5, and for 3 it is 0. Okay. So you can check it here, all negative from -3 to +3, it's a domain, and range is from 0 to maximum number is 3. Okay. So this is the analysis, how to find the domain and range of the function. If you have any problem in understanding, so better to draw the diagram and you think that how many terms we can put and how many terms, possible terms can be obtained from the function. And this is the best way by which you can find out the values of domain and range. Okay. Some more question let us discuss from this exercise. Third function, define f of x as 2x minus 5. Write down the values of, simply we'll have to put the values in it. Now only one question I want to see here, the question number 5. Find the range. Question number 5. Find the range of each of the following. Find the range of each of the following. Functions are given. F of x is equal to 2 minus 3x. X belongs to R, real number, and x is greater than 0, given. Second, f of x is equal to x square plus 2. X is a real number. And third one is f of x is equal to x. For every x belongs, x is a real number. We are finding the range in all. Okay, we are finding the range in all. Very interesting. Look at first one. F of x is equal to 2 minus 3x. X belongs to R and condition is given x is greater than 0. It is given. We are finding the range in it. Again, what is the output which we are getting from it? Okay. Output which we are getting from it. 2 minus 3x, this is a function. One condition is given, x is greater than 0. So with the help of this condition, we want to develop this term 2 minus 3x. And let us see in which interval this term comes. Okay. It is given, because we are finding range only, not domain. It is given that x is greater than 0. Given. I want to create in place of x 2 minus 3x. So that 2 minus 3x f of x, it will determine that where it will lie. X is greater than 0. I can multiply 3 both sides. So 3x is greater than 0. 0 multiplied by 3, there is no problem. But with 3x, there is a minus sign. So if I multiply by a minus sign, then what happens? Inequalities will change. Have you understood it or not? Look at this. Suppose 5 is greater than 3. But if I want to write here minus 5 and minus 3, then what happened? This inequality will change. Here 5 is greater than 3, but here minus 5 is less than minus 3, because minus 5 is coming on the left hand side to the number line by minus 3. Okay. So same thing, when you multiply it by minus sign, minus 3x less than minus 0, 0 doesn't have any sign, so it is 0 only. Minus 3x and then 2. Adding 2 on both sides. Adding 2. 2 minus 3x is less than 0 plus 2. So what is coming this? 2 minus 3x, actually it is f of x. F of x is less than 2. And the picture is clear. F of x, this function is less than 2. That means what is the range of it? Range of it is less than 2. Less than 2. So on the number line 0, 1, 2 here. Okay. So that means minus infinite to 2. And it is also in open interval because 2 is not included, strictly less than 2. Okay. So that is the range of first part. Now let us see the range of second one. F of x is equal to x square plus 2. What is the range of it? Because x is a real number. Okay. One condition is clear, x square. This x square is always positive. Okay. So x square is always greater than 0 or greater or equal to 0. So this is greater than 0 and 2 plus 0, 2. That means the minimum number you are getting 2 and maximum number you are getting infinite. Am I right? You are not getting any negative number here. You are not getting 1 because x square is greater or equal to 0. Okay. So the minimum number is 0 plus 2, that is 2. Okay. So therefore its range 2 to plus infinite, because 2 is also included. When you put x is equal to 0, the first number is 2. When you put x is equal to 1, 2 plus 1, 3, 2, 3, 4 up to so on. You are not getting any negative number here. Okay. Third one is f of x is equal to x. What is it? It is an identity function, and x is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, 4, 0. And you are getting the range is also same, 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So what does it mean? The range and domain both are set of real number. Domain is set of real number as well as range is also set of real numbers. Is it okay? Is that clear? So this is the procedure by which you can find the range and domain. Now one more question I am taking, in which we are finding the range and domain, not from this, from miscellaneous exercise. One question, miscellaneous exercise. Miscellaneous exercise. Some interesting question I am taking from it. By the way, in first question they are asking that the relation f is defined this, second g is defined that, so that f is a function. F is a function because they are having one and only one image, but g is not a function. 2 is a number which is having, there are 2 images. Okay. I am taking question number 3. Find the domain of the function. Find domain of the function. Okay. Find domain of the function. F of x is equal to x square plus 2x plus 1 upon x square minus 8x plus 12. We are finding the domain, not range. Okay. What is the domain of the function? I told you very clearly one thing, that numbers which can be put in the function, numbers which we can put. Okay. The numbers which we are unable to put, which type of numbers? Suppose if you are putting any number and the function is not defined, that means this number is unable to put. Okay. So let us see, can we put any number by which putting it and the function is not defined? Let us check. F of x is equal to, this is a function. There is no problem in the numerator. In numerator you can put anything, it's defined. But in denominator, let us see. So x square plus 2x plus 1 upon x square minus 8x plus 12. It's a quadratic equation. This is a quadratic polynomial, can be solved by splitting the middle term. So x square minus 12, 6 to minus 6x minus 2x plus 12. So it is x square plus 2x plus 1 upon x common x minus 6 minus 2 common x minus 6. So that means f of x is equal to x square plus 2x plus 1 upon x minus 6 and it is x minus 2. Okay. What is the meaning of it? X minus 6. If x minus 6 is equal to 0, that means x is equal to 6. X minus 2 is equal to 0, that means x is equal to 2. So one thing is clear, that if you put x is equal to 6, then what happened? 6 minus 6, it is 0, and when the denominator comes 0, what does it mean? Function is not defined, because every number upon 0 is not defined. Okay, so that means one x is equal to 6 and one x is equal to 2. These two terms we are unable to put in it. So the question they are asking, that find the domain. Find the domain. So domain, what is domain? In a set of real number, how many numbers we can put? Okay, this is the list of the domain element. How many numbers which we cannot put? We cannot put 6 and 2. Okay, so that means, what is the conclusion? From the set of real number, we can put each and every element except 6 and 2. Okay, so the domain is equal to, I can write here domain real minus 6 and 2. This is the domain. Real number minus 6 and 2. Okay. So that is the domain, and this is the procedure by which we will get a domain. For finding the range, term will be shifted here. You can check it here. What should be put here? It's x plus 1 whole square. So that means minus 1 you cannot put here. Okay. Minus 1 you are not getting in it. So that would be the range. You can get every number from it, but you are not getting minus 1, because x plus 1 whole square, x is equal to minus 1. Right? And some more interesting question we'll discuss from this exercise. Question number 5. Question number 5. Find the domain and range of the real function f. F of x is equal to mod x minus 1. Question number 5. Find domain and range. Find domain and range of the function f of x is equal to mod x minus 1. Find the domain and range. Okay. What is the domain? Domain. Which value cannot be substituted here? It's a modulus function. In the modulus function, you can put every number here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. There's no problem. Okay. So what is the domain? Set of real number. because there's no obligation. We can put any number here in place of that. Terms is not coming, not defined. Range. For range, one thing is clear, because you know that mod x minus 1 is greater or equal to 0. Okay, this will always greater or equal to 0. So that means x minus 1 is greater or equal to 0, so x is greater or equal to 1. So what is the meaning of that? The value of x which would be equal to 1 or greater than 1 can be obtained from it, no less than value. Okay, so range is 1 and more than, 1 to infinite. This is the range. In the range you can obtain 1 to infinite, any value. Any negative value you are unable to get it. Even you are unable to get 0, yes or no? If I will put x is equal to plus 1, 1 minus 1, 0. Yes, when you put 1, then you are getting 0. Okay. So this is the range. In the range from 1 to infinite. In the range, can we just let us understand, in the range can we obtain 0 here? Can we obtain 0? Is a minus 1. If you put here plus 1, so 1 minus 1 is 0. Yes, 0 also possible here. So we can write here x minus 1 is greater or equal to 0, x is greater or equal to 1. This is all the values are greater than 1. Okay, but in the range, you can check it this thing. F of x is equal to mod x. We are discussing on that point, mod x minus 1. We are discussing at that point that whether we are getting 0, yes or no. Okay. So yes, if I will put here 1, this is the 1. Okay. Then what is coming here? 1 minus 1, it is 0. Okay. So that means here we have to write here from 0 to infinite. The value is x is greater or equal to 1. That can be substituted here. Okay. But the result you are getting from 0 to infinite, because 0 is also a possible term. Actually it is a mod, so the modulus term will be treated is greater or equal to 0. Okay. So that means this entire term will be substituted in place of that. Okay. So that means the range is from 0 to infinite, because 0 can also be obtained from it. Right. So that's why I'm telling you, if there's a confusion, you just make it a diagram and find out the values. One last question we are taking from it. Which one should be taken so that it covers everything? One is question number 12. Let A is equal to, it's very interesting question, let A is equal to 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And F such that A to N, a set and N is a set of natural number. We define F of N is equal to, F of N is equal to the highest prime factor, the highest prime factor of N. Okay, find the range of F. Okay, it's a very interesting function. Understand it carefully. Let A is equal to 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, F such that F A to N, the function from A to N, F of N is equal to the highest prime factor of N. Okay, highest prime factor of n, f of n. Then find the range of f. Okay, I hope you have understood it. A n. What is n? Set of n natural number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. And what is A? A having 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. And these are infinite terms 1, 2, 3 up to so on. F of n is equal to highest prime factor. We are taking any natural number from here and f of n is equal to highest prime factor of it. Okay. Let us see. I am taking first 3. 9. 9 is having factor 1, 3, 1 and 3. Okay, and 1 is 9 also, but 9 is not a prime factor. So here's a prime factor of highest prime factor is 3. Okay, so 9 is mapped with 3. Highest f of n is equal to highest prime factor of n. Whatever the term which we are taking here, we are making a prime factor and picking a highest prime factor which is to be mapped with the codomain set. Okay, so 9, 1 into 3. After that 10, prime 2, 5. Highest is 5. Okay. 11. Highest prime factor of 11 is 11 only. So that means 11 is mapped with 11. 12. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, only 2, 3. So 3. 12 is highest prime factor is 3. 13. 13 having a highest prime factor is 13 itself. Okay. By the way, this is the set of all natural numbers starting from 1 to infinite. Okay. But in the question, f of n is equal to the highest prime factor of n. Find the range of f. Highest prime factor of n. Highest prime factor of n are 3, 5, 11, 13. Okay. 2 is not a highest prime factor of anything. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. So the range of f, range in which element 3, 5, 11 and 13. These are the highest prime factor of this. Okay. So this is the range. What is the codomain of it? Codomain is set of natural number. Okay. So that's all. This is the miscellaneous exercise. I have selected some interesting and very important questions so that your entire chapter will cover. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thank you.